Graders and my parents. This is Miss Gruby, and we're going to do a crash course on what we've been learning in math. So, today's lesson is going to be on the 4 different forms. There are 4 different forms. One is going to be standard form. Standard form is just our regular number. 2, we're going to have word form. Word form is just how we say the number. When we say the number, we just write it out. Third would be expanded form. Expanded form is just separating the number into its different place values. And then last but not least would be expanded form with the multiplication. How many groups do we have of each place value? All right, so let's begin. It's very important that you and your child know the different place values. Our place values go from ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. This is where your child stopped in 3rd grade. But because we're in 4th grade, we keep going. You might recognize a pattern. We go from ones, tens, hundreds. This would be 1,000s, 10,000s, and then 100,000s. And then we stop at millions in 4th grade. It's also important to remember where we have our commas. Our commas are very important because they tell us what to say when we say the number. There's 2 commas. That means we need to say million at the first comma and 1,000 at the second comma. There's only 1 comma. We only will need to say 1,000 at our first comma. Let's try it. We'll write a number in standard form, which is just the number, and then the number in word form. Let's say I have 1 10,000, 8 thousands, 4 hundreds, 2 tens, and 1 1. We need to make sure we have our comma because we don't have any 100,000s or millions. So my only comma is going to let me know this is when I need to say thousands. This is our standard form. 1 8 4 2 1. Standard form is done. Now it's time to do word form. This is tricky for our kiddos. So it's very important that this comma, we know what to say when there's only 1. Let's try it. First, we have 18. We don't need to say 8 10,000s and 8,000s. We have 4 hundreds, 2 tens, and 1 1. Just as we say 21, we don't need to say 2 tens and 1 1. Why not? Well, it's because let's imagine we have 1 1. Okay, we have 1 1. But what does our 2 tens mean? Let's take out 2 tens. What would 2 tens be the same as? Well, let's count them. 10, 20. So instead of needing to say 2 tens, we know that 2 tens is the same as 20. But we still have our 1. So we get to just say 21. We still need to say our 421 because we need to know that our 4 is in the hundreds place. But we don't need to say our tens or ones because our tens already tell us 20 means 2 tens. So let's do it in word form. We have 18,421. I like to make a swing. I know when I need to say my hundreds, my tens, and my ones need to go together. My tens and my ones need to go together. And I need to make sure I say my hundreds. So let's try it. We have 18,000. This is when we say thousand. Right, one more time. 18,000. Let's continue. 18,000, we have 421. So just like our swing, we go along with our swing, stop at our comma, say our hundreds, and go back to our swing. We have 18,421. Now, word form is exactly how we say it out loud. It's just writing it in words. So, I have my 18. So, I would need to write 18. 18. Oh, there's a comma. So, this is when we would say 1,000. 18,000. When I say this number, I say 400. So I need to make sure I write 400. 421. And there we go. We just did two forms. Standard form, where it's just the number 18421, 18,421. And then we have word form, where we write it out 18,421. Now let's do this number in expanded form. Expanded form is just when we place the numbers in its place values. So we have no millions, and we can use 0 to represent we have nothing. No millions, no 100,000, but we do have 1 10,000. I have one. Next we have 8 thousands. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, and 8,000. Next we have 400s. So I would need 400s. 100, 200, 300, 400s. I have 2 10s, 1 2, and 1 1. We just did it in expanded form using a model. But sometimes your child will be asked to write out the expanded form. This is where we get to expanded form and expanded form with multiplication. So I'm going to put these into piles. Just put them on top so I have them ready for when we do expanded form with multiplication. All right, let's start with our highest value. We have 10,000s, but we only have one of them. That means this one is just worth 10,000s. Now let's add the other place value. We have 8. 8 what? 8,000s. So I would need to write 8,000. Let's add our next place value. I have 4. 4 what? 400s. Plus. Next place value, I have what? 2 10s. But we know that 2 10s is the same as 10, 20. 2 10s is 20. Plus our 1 1. This is expanded form. We just separated each digit into its appropriate place value. We separated our 10,000s. We separated our thousands. We separated our hundreds. We separated our tens, and we separated our ones. That is expanded form. Let's move to expanded form with multiplication. Right? It's the exact same thing, but we write how many we have of each. Like, how many groups? When we do multiplication, if we have 2 times 2, that means we have 2 groups, 2 grupos. Yo tengo dos grupos por 2 times dos, which means I have 2 in each group. 1, 2. 1, 2. So 2 groups of 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. We're going to do the exact same thing with expanded form, right? This is where my circles come in to help. Let's start with our largest place value. Our largest place value is 10,000s. So here's my 10,000s. All right, 10,000. Now I need to know how many I have. Oh, I only have 1, which means I only have 1 group of 10,000. One group of 1,000. All right, let's move to the next one. I have 8. 8 what? Thousands. So here's my thousands. And I have how many groups of 1,000? Well, let's count. 1 group of 1,000, 2 groups of 1,000, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, 6 groups, 7 groups, 8 groups. I have 8 groups of 1,000. Means I have 1,000 8 times. Now, we need to make sure we have our plus so we know it's expanded form. Let's move to our hundreds. My place value is hundreds. Now I need to know how many I have. I have 100 4 times. Let's check. 1 100, 2 100, 3 100, 4 100s. Yep, I have 104 times. Our next place value would be our tens. I need to know how many tens I have. I have 2 tens, which we remembered is the same as 20. If we check our math, 10 times 2 is 20. So we got it. And last but not least, we have our ones place. How many ones do I have? I only have 1. Correct. I only have 1 group of 1. Let me fix that. That is expanded form with multiplication. And that is all of our standard form, expanded form, word form, and expanded form with multiplication all in one video. I hope this is helpful for you and your kiddos. If your kiddo comes into school the next day, please have them tell me that they need a sticky note. This will secretly let me know that they watched this video, and they might earn a little treat. Once again, if you and your kiddo watched through this whole video, have your kiddo come and tell me that they need a sticky note. I'll know what it means. All right, bye friends. Thank you for joining me on our 4 different forms.